So back at it again with another DoorDasher who is fed up with what's happening in the non-tipping orders, and of course he's got to put things into his own hands. When you're doing like social media at the same time, I guess sometimes you're kind of feel like you want to call some of this stuff out. So let's see what he's got to say.
You ever heard of no tip, no trip?
It was at this moment.
How much is the tip on this order? Yeah, that ain't enough when it's 0 degrees outside and it's icy and I gotta drive my
Not really
car
sure
and
where
wait
he's at
for it.
either.
Non-tipper orders sit for longer. You doing? Good. It was a no tip order.
It was at this moment that he knew he fucked up.
And I was
I think it was $2.
phone that showed up is $2.50, and that usually
What
means
are they
there's no
supposed to
tip
say?
on there.
What are they
I
supposed
was
to
just
say?
wondering, is there any reason why there's no tip on there?
No, there's
Have you ever heard of no tip, no trip?
man.
Yep.
Okay.
For Brianna.
Yeah.
You ever heard of no tip, no trip?
This guy probably blamed it on the other girl.
I take all the bad orders. You hungry?
You can cover this guy's face up.
I got you, man.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, so this guy has actually commented. So he's actually commented on one of my videos before, and I think in this article he wanted to remain anonymous, but he obviously knew what he was getting himself into. I guess when people write articles like this, they're gonna reach out to DoorDash, and of course DoorDash, deactivated his account. So I can't say that he probably knew this was coming. So he probably had a plan. But in either case, I don't know what the customer's supposed to say. I guess and as a driver, I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do. I guess my suggestion is usually just to not accept these orders, wait till it comes back, and DoorDash will add on money each time so that it gets to an amount that is fair. I mean, according to you. So is tipping getting out of control? Yeah, consumer says yes. And in the news recently, you see stuff like Starbucks, some of these like fast food restaurants, like Starbucks, they're trying to put off, instead of increasing the pay for their customers, they're trying to dump it on the consumer, just for them to make you your coffee. So it is getting out of control. DoorDash is not helping. Let's see what a consumer has to say about it.
I'm calling to tell the non-tippers to come pick up their orders.
Easy answer. No, refund me. Because tipping is not for the delivery service. I pay a delivery fee. In fact, on top of that, I pay inflated prices for a delivery. The tip is for good delivery service. I will never pre-tip an Uber Eats or a Dasher or any of that shit. You guys are just glorified delivery people that feel like you're entrepreneurs. But you really just have the same job I had for a pizzeria when I was in high school. You're just a delivery driver. Now, if you deliver my food in a timely manner, I'll tip you because I'm tipping for the quality service. However, if you deliver 7 orders along the way, you ain't getting a tip. I'm not tipping for my food arriving cold so you could make more money. And your threats don't mean anything because somebody will pick up my order. Or I'll get a refund and order from somewhere else. Since when did you low-skill workers think you could start making demands? You're not in charge.
I'm calling.
All right. So he says that, okay, so he's partially right, and he says that he pays a delivery service fee, which this is DoorDash's fault. DoorDash, we all know that they just screw everybody over, and they not only do they put the delivery service fee, and you're thinking, okay, well, delivery service fee, this is probably paying the driver to deliver the food, but in actuality, it's not. That fee is for you to use the service, and then there's a service fee too. Who knows what that's for? So they just screw everybody over with those fees, and then they also screw over because they hide the tip. So something about tipping is that there's 2 ways to tip, right? The most common way is to tip afterwards. That's the most common way that everybody does that, like a restaurant. almost in every scenario. But if you ever go drinking at the bar, you tip first. That way the bartender will take care of you. And the origin of tipping right here, to ensure promptness. And back in the day, people would tip the host so that they would get seated first. And now, because DoorDash hides a tip, you as the driver don't even know if this is a good order to take or not, or if the customer tipped properly. Not properly, but like it's a fair amount that you would accept it, because you don't know what the total amount is. Those jerks. So we got tipping out of control here. We got people getting fired over tips. We got people getting arrested over tips. So it's just a madhouse in the United States. So I don't really know what the solution is. For me, I just declined orders that I feel like the amount is not acceptable for me. And I know that not everybody can do that because the volume is not the same in other cities, and they're just not as fortunate in terms of if the city takes care of you, like how Seattle was taken care of. The council put in all these rules, and we have like an upcoming rule called the Pay Up, which is they're trying to increase the minimum pay to like minimum wage, and then you get tips on top of that. So we'll see how that goes. Let me know what you think about all this tipping chaoticness, and I'll see you in the next video.